What's up guys, my name is D, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm playing Stafford's County Railway, and in this video I am doing basically like a tutorial, driving tutorial for beginners, and also this will also explain how you can actually pass your qualified driver training. So ideally this video is for anyone who is a trainee driver or like they're new to the game, and yeah, in this video I'll actually go over the aspects of like of the driving system and also how you can pass your qualified driving, and I'll go through all that in this video. And yeah, if you want more videos like this on Stafford County Railway or any other games, then comment down below and subscribe, like this video, and also share this video with other people. Like if you're introducing game to someone, and you also send this video or teach them like the basics of the driving aspect of this game. So yeah, so basically I'm just gonna so let's get on with the tutorial. So here what I'm using is the Stafford County Railway Driver Handbook. Yeah, this is basically explains everything about the driving aspect, basically because it's a railway driver handbook. It does also include information on how to pass your qualified driving, because it just tells you everything about the driving aspect. So of course it will tell you everything you need to pass. And yeah, I'll put the link in the link for this handbook in the description so you can have a look for yourself. So so basically here this just tells you like just the GUI, the GUI, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, in Stafford County Railway. Basically train head code, yeah, estimate time of arrival, yeah, very simple, time until next station there, shows right there, and then you got the speed limit, and it shows the current speed you're moving at basically, and AWS automatic warning system, we'll get to that bit as well. Color of next, that's color of next signal, and yeah, they should probably, if you read the tutorial at the start, when you first open the game, that it will show you, it will show you, like it will tell you everything basically here. But like the automatic warning system, if you read like the first paragraph, basically if yellow you must slow down to speed of 45 miles an hour, and yeah, and you must, and if red you must, like this the signal shows you here, so if you're at yellow or / amber, and like if it's a red signal, you must stop at the next signal. Yes, pretty simple like that. And then like also the automatic warning system, if the next signal is like yellow or red, it will the AWS system will alert you with a loud sound, and to acknowledge it, so you know that you listen to the warning, yeah, you press Q. But like if you don't do that within a second, your train will come to immediate halt, and you'll be stuck on the rails for like a few seconds, like I don't know how long really, but then after that you'll just have to reset your automatic warning system by pressing Q when the timer's finished. Yeah, so pretty much just your head code right there is your train identification number. That's dispatchers and signals used to identify your train. So it's dispatchers, signals. There's like other roles you can get further into the game, but you need to train for those roles. Like you need to in order to get qualified driver rank. So yeah. So basically that's just simple that, and slightly speeding your GUI will look like this. So if it goes amber, then yeah, you'll need to slow down. But yeah, but then if it's red, you will need to slow down. Like your dangerously exceeding the speed limits. Simple as that. Yeah, so you reduce your throttle S to get that correct speed, and yeah, you should know that W is to accelerate and S is just to deaccelerate, or just increase and reduce your throttle. So then we get to page 2. This is one of the important aspects when arriving at the station, which is what's looking at platforms, is like the main thing is the signal on the end of the platform. It's the main thing is looking up for the markers. These show yourself as a driver whereabouts to stop the train on the platform, but you must bear in mind that any station with the S marker means that you must stop at that marker despite the number of cars your train has. So basically just saying that because some stations they have numbered markers. So basically you say if you have say about 3 carriages, you have to stop at the 3 sign. 4 cars, like stop the four car sign, and that's simple as that. But like not all stations have that, so if your station doesn't have any numbered carriages, you have to look out for the S car sign, which means you have to stop at that sign, and like usually these are at the end of the platform usually. So yeah, that's important for you to remember, especially you need to. And also if you don't do that and dispatcher is there, he'll probably moan at you and say you've done a bad stop, so try to avoid that as well, and that is a key thing when approaching stations as well. Yep, so we have the next page. This is basically, it just shows about the speed thing. We already discussed that, but the important thing we're going to look at here is that it's recommended that you travel at speeds of around 25 to 45 miles an hour when approaching a station. So it's best to have your speed around in that margin like that. So that's it. So yeah, but you can slow down. But what I usually do is when I do approach it during that speed, but as I get close, when they identify the stop marker I need to stop at, I slow down slowly, decreasing my speed every little bit at a time, and as I get closer to the stop marker, so I can stop perfectly at the stop marker, which is usually what I do, and that'll be a useful thing for you guys to do if you're new and trying to like just be able to stop at the right marker perfectly. So, and also here's more information about the yellow light or amber aspect. If you're driving and you go past the yellow light or amber aspect, you must slow down to 45 miles an hour or lower, so you can easily stop for the next light if it's a red aspect. And yeah, that's the key thing, because if you actually go past the red aspect, your train will automatically stop, and then you'll have to wait for like 20 seconds until you can reset your automatic warning system AWS, and then by pressing Q, and then you can go until you can drive again. Yeah, and also when you're driving a section of track, you can tell the speed you're meant to be traveling by using either driving GUI or using signs of track. So like someone usually on the top, there'll be like, it'll show you your speed, show you what speed you're supposed to go at, and yeah, that'll just tell you what speed you need to go at basically. So you need to follow that. So next page shows you these different signs, and these signs are very useful. I did not know this as soon as I played, really. I only actually didn't find out too much, but I was able to realize what it meant myself as I went along the game. So this sign signifies speed limit that will be changed to 45 miles an hour at the next junction. So this is an example which can be seen in Woodhead Lane Depot, both northbound and southbound. So yeah, that's basically yellow triangle telling you the speed limit. So that basically means that you can see in the image, it means that the speed limit is about to change to 45 miles an hour, and you can also see like yellow triangles saying 75 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. So yeah, these are really useful, although I'm pretty sure they don't have that for every time the speed limit changes, but sometimes they do have it, but they can be really useful, so just watch out for those when you're driving. And yeah. And so like for example here, so 45 miles here, then it changes to 45 miles an hour, and that's and also you should know by now that when that like if you see like a red circle with the speed limit on, it signifies the instant change of speed limit. Yep, so next page shows signal colours and what to do. So basically, when driving here at 7 category, we have due to light aspects, colours, terminology is labelled in brackets. This is central to remember when communicating to a signaller. Three different light aspects are followed. So green aspect means proceed, so the next signal is clear and you may travel ahead at track speed, so within the speed limit. And then yellow aspect, caution. The next signal is either caution, danger, or proceed. So yellow aspect, that's right there. The next signal is either caution, danger, or proceed. Be ready, slow down if it's set to danger, next junction. So yeah, that's the yellow aspect there. Really cover that. So usually the speed limit will be so if it's yellow, then the max speed limit will now be 45 miles an hour, or if it's lower than that, that'll be the max speed limit. So you just treat it really, how I do it, I treat it as a normal speed limits, like red circle sort of thing. So when I pass it, my speed, I'll decrease my speed to 45 miles an hour, or then I'll decrease it, or it will already be decreased to 41 miles an hour. So like if I get a warning from my AWS signal, I don't suddenly decrease to 45 miles an hour. I usually wait when I get close to it, and then I will decrease my speed to 45 miles an hour. So double yellow, next signal is, so we haven't discussed this yet, next signal is caution followed by danger. It is recommended to adjust your speed accordingly. So if it's double yellow, it means either next signal is either yellow, which is a caution, or it is red, which is danger. So yeah, so what I usually do is I usually keep traveling the speed I'm going at, but like if I'm going over 100 miles an hour or 100, I will decrease my speed maybe to 70. Yeah, 70. So just in case if it's if it actually turns to red, I can instantly just decrease my speed as soon as I get the signal. And also if it's amber, then yeah. So yeah, that's what you should do, and that usually works out fine for me. And then last one, red aspect, danger. Stop and wait for the signal to turn amber or green. So yeah, that is one thing. Remember, like I said, if you go past a red speed limit, that means you'll have your AWS will kick in and you'll be stuck in the track for 20 seconds. Yeah. So this is the second to last page. What to do if a dispatcher on duty? If you don't know what a dispatcher is, it's basically a role. It's basically just a role like rank, which basically allows from basically just where that person goes to station and dispatches trains. So it just allows trains to go. Just controls but he just lets trains pass station basically. Yeah, so he just says it anyway. The role of a dispatcher is very simple: to make sure trains enter and leave stations safely and to pass information from drivers, etc. to signalers. And this is a role which you can earn by training after you do. So once you get the qualified driver role, you can earn 360 experience, and then you can do a book of training. I think that's stage 1 anyway. I'm not sure what stage 2 is yet because I'm not at there myself. But yeah. However, sometimes dispatcher may do something wrong. Despite how small a chance of this happening, it must still be addressed firstly. If you do catch dispatcher doing something wrong, for example dancing on the gantries or dispatching on the red light, then you must submit a report via the Stepford County Robot Assistant bot, and that bot is on Discord. If you don't have Discord, then I don't know what you can do, but yeah, that's on Discord. So if a dispatcher in red, you must first log in using a screenshot and send it to the senior dispatcher SDS and wait for the signal to clear. You must not aggravate dispatcher or start an argument with them. It's easy to tell the dispatcher on your platform as they wear a high vis as shown below. So additional notes. This handbook. So all drivers are equal rank. This is just basic rules or notes. All drivers are equal ranks. Just don't disrespect people. Everyone's equal, basically. Exception and professional behaviour expected from our drivers here at SCR. Who's driving correctly. You must follow all orders from high ranks, not argue back. If you disagree with the order you're given, then please speak to the manager of that department. Don't spam anyone and ask for training. Only training that happens are the ones that are on the calendar. Details in this handbook are subject to general fun. Just have fun in general, basically. So if you follow, now I'm gonna get off this. That's pretty much it for this handbook. So now I'm gonna discuss how the qualified training works and how you can pass it. So basically, you just join. You can book it. You can book it on the game. When you actually log, there'll be option on training. That'll be on the opening menu. There'll be a thing called training, and you can book your training from there. So when you get in the server, basically, yeah, there'll be like people. Basically, the leading person doing the leading person running the training will just go over the information you need, and pretty much the majority of information they will say in the training I would have discussed in this video. So yeah, basically just all the AWS, the signals, etc., and all that stuff. Yeah, so basically they'll just explain all the theory, and then they will move on to assessment, where you'll be assigned to a trainer and they will take you through the assessment. Well, for assessment for me, that was pretty easy for me. I passed first time. Was pretty easy for me. So how they do it is they will tell you to spawn at a certain station, certain route with a certain, and it's always usually the connect operator they use. So they'll probably tell you to spawn at you'll use a certain route and spawn at a certain depot, and they'll tell you to go to the first station, and then they'll tell you to wait there. And then for me, what they did was they went through. So then I was able to stop at the approach at the right speed. I stopped at the right marker, perfect at the marker. So yeah, that was good. Then they moved on to theory questions. So they asked me 2 questions. The first question was, what does red signal mean? That means danger, of course. And they tell you what you're supposed to do, and I'll tell you that you're supposed to wait at the stop at the signal and wait until it's safe to proceed. And then the last question they gave me was, are you allowed to skip stations? And that's a really easy question, and it's no. Those questions were really easy for me, because I pretty much learned most of the theory anyway on my own. So yeah, it was kind of easy for me. It should be easy for you, if you understand what I said in this video. So yeah, and I passed, and that was pretty much easy. And also, you can actually get demoted for rank for, like, so say in qualified driver, if you're like train surf, if you're just trolling around, then yeah, if you get reported, then you'll get demoted. But like things like which you get demoted is also train surfing as well, or like just leaving a train AFK, which can slow down other trains coming. Because then if you leave your train AFK in the middle of the track, then obviously the signal behind you, the signal behind you, will be red. So obviously they'll have to stop, and it goes along that train signal. Before that train will have to stop, red, and you also slow down many trains, and yeah, and you'll get reported. If someone reports you, yeah, they'll probably report you, because that really disrupts people and on the way. And if you disrupt people's experience, then yeah, that will get you. You can get reported for that, and you can get demoted for that. So yeah, so just follow the rules basically. And you won't get demoted, and you'll be able to rank up and get new ranks and get new roles. So yeah, I think that will be it for this video. I think I pretty much covered everything of the driver aspect. So yeah, and like I said, yeah, join the, like I said, share this to people who are new, and if you're introducing this game, share this video to new people. Ideally, basically, I would recommend, if you have Discord, join the Discord server, the official Stepford County Railway Discord server. I'll put that link in the description. It is really they show you loads of useful information on there. Also have the calendar, they have the shift calendar, the training calendar as well, so you can look at what trains are available. And yeah, also have some other useful stuff as well. And also, if you want to get ranks, make sure you have to join the group. And the first rank you get, of course, is a trainee driver. So yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like down below and subscribe. I probably will do a dispatcher tutorial when I get the dispatcher role, of course. I haven't got it yet. I'm nowhere near enough experience to actually to be able to do a dispatcher training. So yo, what's up guys, my name is G and welcome back to a brand new video, and today I am doing a dispatch tutorial for dispatcher from qualified driver to dispatcher. And yeah, so yeah, I recently became a dispatcher, and yeah, like I think this week, on the time of this recording, like I think 5 or 4 days ago. So yeah, and this tutorial, in this video I will be explaining how to actually pass your dispatcher training, and actually how to dispatch as well, because of course to pass you need to know how to dispatch. And yeah, so pretty much so basically ideally you should have, this video is for people who have just passed their qualified driver training. If you're looking at what the next rank could be, this video is for you if you want to become a dispatcher. And if you're just reserved or something, or if you're going to join the dispatcher training soon, this video will be useful for you. And because also I passed first time, so hopefully I'll be able to help you out on this. So yeah, first of all, yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually show you a demonstration on how to actually dispatch. First of all, without a guard, because usually you will not always have a guard on the train. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. So I'm just waiting for a train to pop up, and after that I will show you a guard demonstration with one of my fans who actually asked to do a guard demonstration with, and yeah, and I'll teach you through all the steps basically. Yep, so right now a train has arrived right now, platform 3, and I'm on platform 3. So first of all, we'll go through the demonstrations. You see the off sign there? You're supposed to be able to see that when you're dispatching, and I will go through these on what that actually does. But just for a quick explanation, basically if the off sign is lit, it means that the signal is either green or amber, which means you can also that means you are safe to dispatch the train. And you're just gonna move into position, and you press U to toggle the train. That's usually the train head code, but really, but I'll explain what that means. Wait, can I click this? Bro, can I even click it? There we go. So train ready start, you press that. That will signal the signaler, basically that the signal needs to be changed. But because there's no signaler, we can just click that and tell us to close the doors. So the doors close, wait for the animation to finish, and you see the indicator just turned off. That means that the doors are fully closed, so that means it's safe to dispatch the train. And it tells you on the GUI there, tells you that it's ready, and you can toggle that, remove it by pressing U and turn back on. So yeah, so that's an example of how to dispatch a train. And the whole tip thing is you're not supposed to do any animations when dispatching, and you should not move until the train has fully left the platform. As you can see, the train fully left the platform, so we can move again. So yeah, so let's go through it. So basically, look, for example, look, the train is left, and you can see that signal is red. So the off sign is obviously blank now. That means the signal is red. But that's what it means. It just tells you basically if the signal is red, green or amber, and that is very useful to you because sometimes the platforms are very long, so you won't be able to see the signal, but yeah, that's useful. And also they've got another one, I'm not sure what it's called, but these signals also tell you, these one right here, these also tell you if the signal is either red, green or amber, because basically if it's like that's basically like if it's not that, I think that's diagonal, I think it's just like that. That means the signal is in amber or green. But like if it's like horizontal, but if the line's horizontal, that means it's red. So yeah, but also sometimes platforms are short, then they don't really have an off indicator or that circle white light signal. So sometimes the platforms short, then they may only have a signal. So basically when you dispatch, you need to stay in a position where you can see the signal. Yeah, and also I forgot to mention, it's very important that you actually stay. It's actually very important you actually stay in a position where like the driver can actually see your lights, because as you can see, yeah, I'll basically like that. So we'll see your light and stuff. So yeah, now we're gonna do a guard demonstration. Okay guys, so now we're doing the guard. doing the dispatcher with guard demonstration. One of my fans who I've talked with on Discord has actually decided to be my guard in this video, and according to him, the person driving is his friend, is his friend. So this is really good. So what you have to do, the only difference is really with dispatching with the guard is you need to stand from the front to the middle of the train. I'm gonna stand here where I can see the guard. A bit too far. Okay, wait. Toggle U. Toggle. Okay. Train's ready. So to press train ready start. There is no signaler, so it will just say closed doors. Put my baton. Put my baton, backlight. The guard should be able to see it, and it will close the door. An indicator will go off. That means it's safe to dispatch. And then we'll blow a whistle, and then we will show our green light, and then he'll show his green light, and then he'll go into the local door, and then the train will be dispatched by the guard. And that's really all it. All you have to do, really the main difference is you have to stand from the front to the middle of the train. Also, of course, you should not move as well. And yeah, pretty easy. Yeah, so now we're gonna move on to. So now I think we're gonna show you one more demonstration, and then we'll move on to the theory, I guess. Yep. So this is a new train, so new thing. We'll do the demonstration again. So toggle U, it's ready. You press TTRS. There's a little signal if there is signal to change the signal, and yeah, and you press close doors, and you can see that the indicator on the side is lit, because that means it's open, but when it's closed, the indicator will close. And also make sure you're in front signal, but I can't really because the train actually overshot. That is fine, and you can see that the signal shows that it's green because it's close enough. But in this occasion, the train overshoots, so we can see the signal. So basically, things to remember is that just make sure that the driver can see your see your light, like your pan, make sure you can see the signal or like any of those signal indicators, and that's the important thing. And also make sure do not move. I'm not sure, I think that's a bit of an error people might make, because they may think when the train's finished you can move, but if you move even like a little bit, the instructor might be a bit picky and they might just make you fail. So just make sure those tips. And yeah, and I think now we're gonna go through like all the theory stuff, the things which they do not test you for now. So guys, now we're going to do the theory, and this is the dispatching guide version 1.4. This is dispatching guide version 1.4. This is the we just found this actually guide though, but here we can discuss the theory. I mean, like the things they don't test you for, because in the actual assessment, in the actual training, they don't ask you any questions. They only assess you on how you actually dispatch. So and because like they discuss that, and because there's that fame, and also because of the training, there won't be like two trains or anything, so you can't really, so you're not really tested on which trains are priority or stuff like that. So this is what I'm here for. And also and also this I discussed here, banner repeaters. Oh yeah, that's called banner repeaters. Yep, that thing. So yeah, we already discussed that already in the demonstration. So here is the headcodes. These are pretty important. Headcodes are train identifiers, which I explain as 4-digit codes that give information on the train stopping pattern and destination. The first number indicates stopping pattern and priority of the train, and the letter indicates destination, and the last 3 digits are randomly generated. And you should know as a driver where your headcode is. You should be able to see it from your driver dashboard. And I think the only important thing to take from headcodes is the first digit numbers, because those are the things you'll most likely only use. So basically the first digit numbers you'll have is 9 or 1 or 2 or 3. So 9 ones are express service, 10 non-stop express and airlink. So basically if a train has 9 as their first digit, that means they're priority. So if both trains are on, if you get two trains which are both on time, but one has the first digit as 9 and one has the first digit as 2, that means you should dispatch the train with the 9 digit on first. Yeah, and basically so basically how priority goes is 9 digit trains have more priority than 1 digit trains, and 2 digit trains have more. Yeah, but 1 digit trains have more priority over 2 digit trains, and 2 digit trains have more priority over 3 digit trains. So semi-fast services that, like point 1 will be ending connect services, skip stations, and number 2 local services, they'll just be connect trains or possibly waterline trains as well. And starting services, I think they're ones which with the origin from it, where the trains that they originate from a depot. And the last two numbers are randomly generated, and then the second digit, which is just a letter, just tells you what their terminating destination is, which is not really important because you don't really need to know that. I mean, it's not really important for dispatching anyway. It's because like destination doesn't necessarily make it priority than others, so it's not really important. So this example, 92Z9Z49. So first character tells us express service. Then the second character Z tells us going to airport terminal 3, so 9Z49 is express service at airport terminal 3, and then express does not go to the airport, but that's just an example, so it doesn't really matter. And also we're going to explain the train ready to start thing. Yeah, it just used to alert signalers that a train is ready to depart a station, and of course, like guard, there will not always be a signaler in the server. So when you press train ready to start, it may just automatically the closed door buttons may just pop up. So yeah, and also you should only press that train ready to start button. You should only press that if the signal ahead is either amber or green, and we just discussed what the off indicators and banner repeaters are. So you should know what they mean. So basically, if the off indicator is lit, that means it is red. The next signal is green or amber. So you're safe to press that button. And if the banner repeater has a diagonal line on it, that means the next signal is red. The next signal is green or yellow. So you can press T ready to start. So these are priority, basically discussed that. So express service, high priority over train should be dispatched first unless no train is delayed. Same fast services, same high priority should be dispatched first, no express service present, etc. And yeah, basically local services, TOX, semi-sequential stocking service. We already discussed that. Basically, the best thing to take from this is just this little thing right here. Like, just all you have to do is just remember the order of priority, and then you're fine. That's all you have to take from that. And dispatching a train. We already went through the tutorial, but yeah. And also that is the delay. Oh yeah, that's the overlay if you don't remember. Like you have to toggle it, press U. Like to turn it on and off, because sometimes you want to turn it off because sometimes that dispatch overlay can be covering the signal. I did not know that during training, so I had to slightly move a bit, but I still passed anyway. But I didn't move when the train was departing anyway. So dispatching. This is important. You should be standing from the middle to the back of the train, but only if there is no guard. That is important, like middle to the back of the train. So I would just stand within the last carriage. That's what I would do. You should be able to easily see a banner repeater, off indicator, or signal. So that's important. You should be able to see one, and have to make sure that the driver is able to see your dispatch bat's light, so to make sure there's no poles or any signs are blocking the light of your bat light. Of course, pretty common sense, facing front of the train, of course, because so that the driver can see your backlight, of course. And yeah, and then on the overlay you will see ready on dispatch overlay. It did show that on the demonstration, and you're supposed to click TRS train ready to start as soon as possible when you see that button. And then when you click below, when you click a button below to appear with dispatch written on it, but don't press it immediately. So wait for off indicator banner appear, signal to indicate a green or red caution, and click dispatch to train. And if a train overshot the signal, it will never change from red danger. Dispatch the overshooting train right away and give it priority over any other train. So yeah, but I don't know, but I think that's. But then train ready to start, it will say closed doors like it's an example. But ideally you should wait until the signal has changed if it is red, and then you can press train ready start button. And then you can use a VIP set practice if you want. You can go on the Microsoft app to buy 80 Robux for only 79p if you want to practice. That will be enough for a VIP server, but I wouldn't really use a VIP server. The only thing I would use it for is training, so I didn't bother to buy one. And these are dispatching rules, of course. You should never leave station, never do parkour, only dispatch on the red signal if a train has overshot it. You're overdoing E-action, like no dancing, no animations when dispatching. And you should never give priority to the wrong train. And you should always dispatch in the correct place and face the correct way. Never be disrespectful, never troll. And you should ask a high rank if you're confused or anything, basically. So these are the ruling systems here. For dispatch making mistakes, this is dealing with them. So you may only have one warning in 1 month. If you commit a second offence within 1 month since the previous warning is issued, then you receive a demotion. However, if you get a second warning after a month has passed since the first warning, then you still not receive a demotion as the counter warning has reset. Those some offences are straight demotions though. So failing to dispatch between the middle and rear of a train, facing the wrong way, while dispatching, moving like animation dancing, not following headcode priority, jumping between platforms, disrespecting. So then demotion, all these are demotions, so dispatching from the wrong platform, red signal, dispatching red signal when train not overshoot, not understanding the train rated part system and asking asking the signal to change signal, and getting train station route climbing and trespassing in a public server. Being out the sign station when on duty, riding trains on duty, holding trains for no reason like trolling, being AFK, attempting to derail trains by train surfing, pushing them for no purpose, and blocking level crossings. So, and also disrespect, bullying, and discord may also result in punishment rated to a dispatcher rank, and discord infractions equals dino punishment. So yeah, just don't do any of these basically, and just make sure you know how to dispatch, and you'll be fine, and you'll be able to move on hopefully to guard, and you'll hopefully work up to gain enough experience for guard training, and you'll become a guard, and next step is signaler. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This is pretty much it for the training. So now I think I'm gonna go over what actually happens in the training, the actual training, of course. Yep, so yeah, so we're gonna go over now what actually happens in the training. So I joined the training, yeah, so they actually ask you some questions about what things mean, but that does not, but if you get it wrong, it doesn't, but your answer, whether you get right or wrong, does not affect your result of passing or failing the training. It's just that so you know what they mean. Like for example, the thing they asked me about, what is the banner repeat, what's a banner repeater, what's an off repeater, some other things which I forgot, but they'll ask you some questions. And then they'll go over the theory, and they'll go over the theory and stuff. I think they'll go over the headcodes. I'm pretty sure I discussed all the theory stuff in this video, and then of course they will do a demonstration. They'll do a demonstration without a guard, and they'll do they'll do a demonstration with a guard. And yeah, and they'll have people in the training with different ranks, because they'll need someone doing the driving, they'll need someone doing the signaling, and they'll need someone being a guard, and all that good old nice stuff. Oh yeah, and the good old nice stuff, and that's what they'll do. And then then they'll go over the practice assessments. So yeah, I think the training's at Famir. So what they do is they just check on the chat. They'll privately message you and call you up. So yeah, they basically what they did. So they called me up. I had to respond to dispatch at Famir, and then a train arrived. And then what I had to do, you would just have to go down to the station and do all the things what they told you to do. So you just stay pretty close to the back of the train. So I stayed near to the end of the last coach. I stood close to the train as possible without touching it, and then I got into position, and then I waited for the train to be ready, and then when it was ready I would have checked the signal, because the platform is short enough that you can actually see the signal. So then I checked it, then I pressed train ready starts. Well, because the signal, actually you would actually just when the train's ready, you press train ready to start, and then you would wait for the signaler to change the signal. You wait for the train to change the signal. Wait for the signaler to change the signal, and when the signal is like green or like amber, whatever they change it to, you would press close doors, and then doors will close. Wait for the animation to go, and then you should see, and then the indicator the orange red indicator on the side of the carriage should turn off, and that confirms that the doors are fully closed. And then what you can do, you can press dispatch, and then your baton will show a green light, and then that means and that gives a signal the driver can go, and the driver goes. And you have to make sure that you're in a position that the driver can see your baton, can see your backlight, while also making sure that your backlight isn't blocked by any obstruction such as poles or stuff like that. And then you have to make sure that you do not move until the train has fully left the platform, because if you move in a little bit and you have a picky instructor, then they might fail you for that. So make sure you do not move, and make sure you do not do any animations as well. And if you do all of those, you will pass for sure. Well, hopefully you will pass. So I think this is it for this video on dispatch training tutorial on actually how to dispatch. If you actually enjoy this video, leave a like down below and subscribe. And also and I am currently waiting to do a guard training when one's available, so I will so probably as soon as I actually pass my guard training, I'll actually do a guard training tutorial on this video. So yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yo, what's up guys, my name is D, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm doing a guard training tutorial, and yeah, I'm doing a guard training tutorial on CSR Roblox. This is the highest rank you can get in this game without doing any training at all. So we're going to be this guard basically. So yeah, but basically keep in mind that this video should not be a replacement for guard training. This is only just to help you pass first time, because I passed first time in all my trainings, so I wish you know what I'm doing. So yeah, so this video is more or less just to give you a better idea on like how to actually get insight on how to guard. So yeah, so you'll probably be able to pass first time like me. So if you want more videos on this game or any other game, leave out down below and subscribe. And yeah, and subscribe me, and we'll get onto videos. So we're just gonna wait for this. We're just gonna wait. So we're just gonna wait for this. So yeah, so basically wait for this train to hit the next station. Yep, so we're at Whitefield Lido. So now I am gonna demonstrate to you guys how to. Yeah, I'm just gonna demonstrate to you guys how to actually guard. So first of all, open the local door. That's the first thing you have to do. Then you go out the platform, and make sure there's no obstructions, like basically nothing blocking the the view of you to the driver. So basically make sure the driver can see you, and can see like your whistle and your light basically. So yeah, so also check instructions, so just check like it's safe to like open stuff. So yeah, so wait for passengers to load, Yeah, should be quick since we're like 1 minute late. Okay, so it'll prompt you to whistle when it's ready. So first of all, you want to check one, if the off indicator is lit. That means the signal is either red, is either amber or green. So you press whistle. So obviously you should know what the off indicators are if you're a dispatcher, of course. If not a dispatcher, then I don't know why you're watching this video. So then, yep, just close your doors. You need to click that door close as well. So then, obviously, you check off indicator, the coach, the off indicator where your local door is should be blinking like that. Check all the off indicators. Make sure the signal is still red or green or amber. Blow your whistle. Go in the local door and close. And then you close the local door and activate signal bell. You don't need to get into a seat. As soon as the driver responds with a signal bell, you'll be teleported to a seat. And this is one thing to remember, is that in the guard training, they will actually fail you if you take too long or if you just like slow at guarding. So keep that in mind. So basically try to do everything, like check the off indicators and the signal, but you have to be decently quick about it as well. And also with checking the off indicators, you cannot move around. You just have to like angle your camera or like zoom out. Hopefully there is a dispatcher here. Yep, hopefully there is a dispatcher here. Oh yep, there's definitely a dispatcher. There is definitely a dispatcher here. Okay. Open the door. Okay, open the local door, and there's a guard, so open up the doors. So with the guard, yeah, so basically the guard should be standing from the front to the middle of the train. And yeah, so yeah, and also make sure that the guard can see your like your lights. Okay. So ideally, the dispatcher will do pretty much all the checking for you. So the guard will check the signal, the off indicator, and you also check the indicator lights are off. You did the whistle. Now I can close my doors. See, you did checking for me. I didn't need to whistle. And then again, you'll check the signal again and check off indicators. So now I can show my torch, meaning that I have responded. And now I can go into the local door and close the door. And you can teleport to my seat. So basically, in my opinion, I think that guarding with a dispatcher is more easier than guarding without a dispatcher. It's because the dispatcher does pretty much all the checking for you. But although you can check as well, but ideally the dispatcher will be checking for you. That means the dispatcher and the game GUI will be prompting you to do the things, so you won't need to check anything before doing anything. You'll just be prompted to do things both by the dispatcher and by the game. So yeah, yeah, so we'll move on to some, and there's not really any theory to this really. More or less it's pretty much the guard. Basically, I think a guard is just a mobile dispatcher. Like, you're basically just a dispatcher, except that you're attached onto a train and you dispatch for that train instead of just staying at a station. There's nothing, there's really any theory onto this. So now we're just probably gonna discuss how the assessment goes, like how the assessment is like, and we'll discuss things, and we'll discuss how do you get demoted, how you can get demoted, and discuss what's the next steps if you want to become a signaler. Oh, my headphone just dropped. Yeah, stuff like that. So, oh man, there are a ton of trains here.
This train has 5 coaches. The train now approaching platform 6 terminates here. This train is the service from Stepford USC.
Okay.
Platform 5.
Okay, open up. So yeah, so in the assessment, basically it's just when you join. Okay, no. I did my training in the version 1.5. Version 1.5, which was before the new training system. So where because before now, because the new training system is coming, you can't reserve trainings anymore. You're just putting I'll discuss the new training system at the end, but you just can't reserve now. But I was able to reserve my training.
Platform 6 for the 1506 Stepford Connect Service 2.
And also note to take if the train you're on is terminating. If the train you're on is terminating, and if the train you're on terminating, you have to go to the back. So whistle.
Stepford Connect Service 2 Stepford Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. Your attention please. The 1523 Stepford Connect Service 2 Stepford Victoria has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. Platform 11 for the 15.
I'm gonna tell. So so guys, the thing you need to, so basically the system, how it goes is you join the server and stuff. You're greeted by some people, got all the signaler, the driver, the dispatcher, guard, etc. Got a supervisor as well. So what they do, they tell you things you need to know. I don't know, forgot what they are, but then they do guard, then they do a guard demonstration without dispatcher, then they do a guard demonstration with a dispatcher. And they tell you some stuff, etc. Like some things to go with it, some things related to the demonstration, and then they do the training, the demonstration. And in my opinion, I think that the practical assessment for guard is more harder than dispatcher and driver. You know, it's really easy for me, but I would definitely say guard is more harder than the other two. I think the reason about this is one, because unlike dispatching, when you're trained for dispatcher, you're only assessed on dispatching without a guard. You're not tested on dispatching with a guard. But like here, but with the guard training, you were tested on guarding without a dispatcher, and then you're tested with guarding with a dispatcher. And you're given one question. I'm not sure what that question is, but that question should be easy if you actually been listening, and it was actually pretty easy for me to answer. I didn't really know the answer to the question. I didn't really know what the question was beforehand, before the assessment. But like the question and the two demonstrations with a guard and without a guard. With a dispatcher, without a dispatcher. Both of the trainings. Both of the the assessments and the question are randomized. So basically not everyone will. So yes. Okay, what's this guard doing? Okay, so wait for the doors dispatch. So basically it'll be randomized. Maybe one person may get both of the assessments in the question, or maybe something like that. But for me, I got my first guard. I got my first guard demonstration without a dispatcher, and then got a question, and then I got the guard demonstration with a dispatcher. And that's how it happened. And then basically that, and then I passed. But I'm pretty sure with all the trainings, if you do something wrong, which will make you fail, they'll just tell you straight away you have failed. Like they won't just let you go through the whole, assessment knowing that you already failed. So that's what they would do. So so that's what they would do. That's pretty much it for the training. the things where people fail, because remember I saw when my training someone said, oh, I failed 4 times, and I think this was the 4th time he did it, so failed 3 times. So I'm like, yeah. I think one thing which people fail is that they dispatch, they close the doors when the signal is red, or when the off indicator is not lit, and that's a very dangerous thing to do. If you do that, then you'll pretty much get, you know, you will fail immediately. And we've got another dispatcher here, and stuff like that. And also, I think another thing is, I'm not sure if anyone does this, but possibly also closing the local door. Closing the local door before going in, but that's pretty stupid. But you shouldn't really be doing that. I'll see go move this so I can see the dispatcher. Yeah, that's pretty much legit. Waiting door dispatch. Door, close the door. Oh yeah, I think that dispatcher should have been going further up, but never mind. I don't. Never mind. Show my torch. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty much assessment. That's pretty much it. I think another thing you could fail for is that you could be doing it too slow. I said that before. Jeez, I think press it at the same time. What else is there to fail? I think that's it though. Yeah, I think one main thing people probably fail at is like dispatching at a red signal, closing doors at a red signal, stuff like that. But yeah, so now we're gonna move on to things which you can fail at. Okay, we'll move on to things which you can fail at. No, I'll move on to things which if you do these things, you get demoted or get a warning, which could stick with you for a month. So guys, now I'll discuss things which I remember which you can get demoted for, and like all other ranks, like roles, ranks, whatever call them. If you're AFK for like a long time or something, if you're a guard AFK, then you'll get demoted. If you troll, you get demoted. If you're train surfing, you get demoted. I think if you're guarding a train, but if you're on a different station, or if you go on to another train, they'll probably get demoted because you're also just disrupting the train service as well. Basically, anything that will disrupt people's experiences, you'll get demoted for. So you should pretty much know what you've been demoted for and stuff like that. Yep. So basically that's just it. So guys, this is probably it for the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is probably the last training I will do on CSR until I become a signaler, and also I will combine all trainings I did, all training videos I did from TD to GD. So basically, the TD to QD, the QD to DS, and the DS to GD, which you're watching right now. I will combine it all into one video, and I'll put all the 3 videos onto a playlist, so it'll be easy accessible to you guys, and you could share this. You could share these trainings with anyone new, or anyone wanting to play the game, or if anyone wants to know more about trainings. So yeah, my name is Ninja D, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.